Hello everyone, welcome you all to the next session on relations and functions of class 12 mathematics. In this session, we'll solve a few more problems from exercise 1.4. Here is a third problem. Consider the binary operation inverted V on the set containing elements 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 defined by A inverted VB equal to minimum of A, B. Write the operation table of the operation inverted V. In this problem, you can see the binary operation is given by the letter inverted V. In the earlier problems, we have seen star as the binary operation. So this is clear that the star or inverted V is just a letter or just a tool to represent your binary operation. You could have also seen with a normal V or a union, intersection, these all were used as a binary operation in your examples. Now let's come back to the problem. We have a set containing elements 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. Let's name the set first. So let us define A. Capital A is equal to the set containing elements 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. Now this inverted V is a function which is defined from the set A cross A to the set A, which is given by A inverted V B equal to minimum of A, B. That is, if you choose two elements from the set A, minimum of A, B will be the element in your inverted V. Now, we have to write the operation table of the operation inverted V. This means that we need to list out the elements of the set inverted V, for which let us calculate a few values and then we'll try to put it in the form of a table. Let me choose the first two elements, that is 1 and 2 in the set A. Now if 1 and 2 is an element of A, then 1 inverted V2 will be nothing but minimum of 1, 2 and that is equal to 1. Now you can see that 1 inverted V2 is equal to 1. And then let me take another element, the other two elements like I have taken 2 and 3. Now if 2 and 3 are the elements of A, then 2 inverted V3 will be equal to minimum of 2, 3. And we know minimum of 2, 3 is 2. That is nothing but minimum between minimum of 2 and 3. When you choose 2 and 3, obviously 2 is the minimum value. Now, let us see how to put it as a table. That is how to put all these values in the form of a table. Now, we know this inverted V is a function from A cross A. That is, you will have A along your rows and A along your columns. So, you will have a pair of elements in this one which will have only one element as an output. So, let us try to put it as a table where we'll have horizontal headings and also vertical headings, and the left corner, the topmost corner will be your operation. So here I have written the operation, that is inverted V, which will comprise of the rows 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and also the columns 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now when I mean this 1, 1, before that we'll just see about the elements 1 and 2. We have already chosen the elements 1 and 2 from the set A. This means here we'll choose 1 and here we'll choose 2. That is, along the row we'll choose 1 and along the column we choose 2. Now if you choose these two elements, the output, that is, after performing the operation inverted V, you'll have the answer as 1. So 1 inverted V2 is nothing but 1. So I'm going to place this 1 here. Similarly, 2 inverted V3, that is 2 and 3. 2 inverted V3 gives you 2. So I'll be filling here as 2. So I hope you are able to understand how to put the table now. So it's okay if you just write the headings first and then you can fill the columns. For some cases you may have to work out the calculations and then come back to the table. But here it is very obvious because it's just calculating minimum values between these two values. So with this understanding, let us try to complete the table. So here is a new table which has filled only two values which we have found now. Let us find the other two values. Now 1 inverted V1 will be equal to 1. Yeah, because it is minimum of 1 and 1. Let us try to fill this row first because it is very obvious that all this will be 1 because 1 with the 2 is also 1. 1 with the 3, that is when you choose 1 inverted V 3, it is nothing but minimum of 1 and 3, which will also be 1. And then 1 with the 4 is also 1. And then 1 with the 5 is also 1. So the first row is filled. Let's move on to the second row now. Now we have 2 and 1. When we have 2 and 1, it is obviously 1 because 1 is a minimum element. Then 2 with the 2, both are equal, so we'll have 2. Then 2 with 3 is filled. 2 with the 4 will give you 2. 2 with the 5 give you 2. Similarly, we'll fill the remaining values. And here is the next table with all the filled in values. You can also try it on your own to fill this table. And this is the table which we require to conclude your problem. This is the table that was asked to fill the binary operation inverted V. So we are done with the table. So with this we conclude this problem. Let's move on to the next problem. Before that, we'll see we have any other thing to be done. No, we don't have anything else. We just have to write the operation table. There is no other question based on this table here. Fine, let's move on to the next problem. Consider a binary operation star on the set 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 given by the following multiplication table. And here is the table. We have the table in the question and we have 3 subdivisions. The first one is compute 2 star 3 star 4 and 2 star 3 star 4. And the second subdivision is star commutative, and third subdivision is compute 2 star 3 star 4 star 5. Let's proceed calculating all this with the table. So we have a table here. We'll try to understand the values from this table. When we have 1 on this one and 1 here, it means like 1 star 1 and the output is 1 here. If we have 2 on the row and 2 on the column, it means 2 star 2, which gives you 2. So this is how we have to locate the values of the operations that we're going to perform. Now with this understanding, we'll start solving the problems. Start solving the subdivisions. The first subdivision is we should evaluate 2 star 3 star 4 and then 2 star 3 star 4. Let's move on to the next board where we have a table already here. So the table is here for a reference. Let's start solving it. The first subdivision is 2 star 3 star 4. So for which let us look at the values here. 2 star 3. So 2 star 3 comprises of this value, which is nothing but 1. So you can see here 2 star 3 takes the value 1. Star 4, which we have already, I'm rewriting it here. So it is nothing but 1 star 4. Now let's go back to the table and find the value for 1 star 4. 1 star 4. So this gives you this value, which is equal to 1. So I hope you are able to understand how to locate the values from the given table. So we have 2 star 3 star 4 equal to 1. Let's find the other value, that is 2 star 3 star 4. For which let us calculate this value, that is 3 star 4 first. So we have 3 star 4. So 3 star 4 is nothing but this value, that is it's also 1. So this is simplified to 2 star. Instead of 3 star 4, it is going to be 1. So 2 star 1. What is 2 star 1? Here it is. 2 star 1 is 1. So we have 1 here. So we have evaluated the values. With this, you can have an understanding that these values are associative. But with this, I cannot conclude, because to prove something is associative, I have to prove it for all the elements in this set. What we have done is just some value. Just for some elements, we have proved it is associative, but this is not the thing that we have to prove. We are just asked to evaluate. We have finished evaluating it. Let's move on to the second subdivision. Second subdivision is we have to check whether the operation is commutative. I hope you all remember what is commutative. If it is nothing but A star B and B star A, both are equal. Now let's check from the table here, because if at all start working on everything, it will be a tedious process. We have table. Let's move from the table here. Now let's look at values for 1 star 2. You can see 1 star 2 is 1. 2 star 1 is also 1. Similarly, 3 star 4 is 1. 4 star 3 is also 1. We'll see like 4 star 2 gives you 2. Same way 2 star 4 gives you 2. So if you can check all their values, if you check it, it will be obvious that your operation, that is the operation star, is commutative, for which you need to have a cross check for all the values. I have checked it, so you also check it out and then confirm it here. So from the table you can understand that for every element A and B in the set A, you have A star B equal to B star A, and hence the given operation is commutative. Let's move on to the last subdivision. It is nothing but compute 2 star 3 star 4 star 5. So 2 star 3, from the table 2 star 3 is nothing but 1. So here we have 2 star 3 is written as 1, and then 4 star 5 is also 1. Here it is 4 star 5 is also 1. So here we have 1 star 1 and it is also 1 from the table. So 1 star 1 is also 1. So the value which we are supposed to find out is nothing but 1. So we are done with all the subdivisions. This first part has been evaluated, second part is also checked, third part is also evaluated. So with this we complete this problem. Fine, we have one more problem for the practice here. The sixth problem of your exercise. Let star be the binary operation on n given by A star B is equal to LCM of A and B. Find 5 star 7, 20 star 16, then is star commutative, third subdivision is star associative, fourth subdivision find the identity of star in n, and fifth subdivision which elements of n are invertible for the operation star. Now we have the binary operation star, which is defined by A star B is equal to LCM of A and B. So if you take two elements A and B from the set of natural numbers n, the operation star is defined by A star B equal to LCM of A and B. So if you take two elements and if you find LCM, that will be an element in the binary operation star. Now with this we have some questions to answer. The first one is evaluate. Let us to find the value of 5 star 7 and 20 star 16. Now here is a solution for us. Given A star B is nothing but LCM of A comma B. Let's calculate 5 star 7. 5 star 7 is nothing but LCM of 5 comma 7, and we know LCM of 5 and 7 is 35. So first part is done. Then the second one and the same first subdivision is 20 star 16. 20 star 16 is nothing but LCM of 20 and 16. We can even calculate this LCM. I'll do it like this: 16 comma 20. This is how I normally work out. We'll go for 2, 8, 10. Again I'll go for 2, which gives me 4 and 5. Again 2, 2 and 5. Again 2, 1 and 5. Again then next one is 5, 1 comma 1. So 2 2s are 4, 4 2s are 8, 8 2s are 16, and 16 into 5 is nothing but 80. So this is our LCM. So LCM of 20 and 16 is 80. This is the value. So we have found the values of 20 star 16 and 5 star 7. So this first subdivision is over. Let's move on to the second subdivision. To prove is star commutative. Now star is defined as LCM of A and B. Now let me calculate A star B. So A star B is nothing but LCM of A and B. Now LCM of A and B is same as LCM of B and A. So LCM of AB equal to LCM of B and A, which can be written as B star A. This means that A star B equal to B star A, and hence the given operation, that is A star B equal to LCM of A and B, is commutative. So second subdivision is over. We have proved that the given operation is commutative. Of course we are not supposed to prove, we were asked to evaluate, check. We checked it and we have got it as commutative. Now we have the next question, is star associative. Let's try checking it, for which I need 3 elements from the set. So here I have taken elements A, B and C from the set of natural numbers. So let me calculate A star B star C first. So when I say A star B, it is nothing but LCM of A and B star C. Now when I have LCM of A and B, I'll have a value, and that value operated on star will give me LCM of all the 3 values, which is nothing but LCM of A, B and C. That can be put it like LCM bracket A, B, C. So when you consider LCM of two elements and then you are operating that, you are finding that LCM, you're taking that number and finding LCM with the other number, which means that LCM of all the three numbers. So that's what we are putting it. We are not evaluating anything because without knowing the values of A or B, I cannot define an LCM here. So if you take three elements and trying to find LCM, this is what we mean by. So LCM of AB operated on star with the element C is nothing but LCM of AB and LCM of C, which is nothing but LCM of ABC. So I can put it like LCM of A and B and C is what I have written like LCM of A, B and C. Now let's try with the other side of the associative property, that is A star B star C. Again here it means A star LCM of BC. Now A star LCM of BC is also same as LCM of ABC because it is LCM of A and LCM of B and C, which gives you LCM of A, B and C. Now from these two you can understand that A star B star C is equal to A star B star C. Hence the operation is associative. So we are done with the third subdivision also. We have found that the given operation is associative. Next thing is we have to find the identity of star in N. Identity is nothing but the identity element. That is, we need to find an element which when operated with the binary operation with any element of the set N will give you the same element. That is, here let us take the element 1 from the natural number N. And let's find out A star 1 and 1 star A. When I try to find out the value of A star 1, I see that it is nothing but LCM of A and 1. Now 1 is the least element, with which if you find any other element greater than that, obviously the LCM has to be your A. You can check with LCM of 1, 2 or LCM of 1, 18 or LCM of 1, 23. Whatever element you take it, you can see LCM will be only the element other than this one. So this means that LCM of A, 1 or A and 1 is A. Similarly, if you consider 1 star A, that will also give you the LCM as A. So we have taken an element A for which we got another element 1. When I operate it, we get the same element. That is, we get it like A star E is equal to A and that is equal to E star A. So for every element in A, for every element in the set of natural numbers, we see there is one natural number. That is, in the place of E, we have 1 here. So for every element A in the set of natural number, we see an element called 1, which when operated on star gives me the same value, that is A. That means that A star 1 is equal to A, that is equal to 1 star A. So this tells us that 1 is the identity element of star in N. I hope you are able to understand how we found 1 as an identity element. Now, the last subdivision is which elements of N are invertible for the operation star. Invertible means the element for which inverse exists. Now to define an inverse, the first thing what you have to do is you need to find the identity. We got the identity here, which is nothing but 1. So this means that you operate your binary operation should be operated with the element A and with some other element B, which must give you the output as 1. Let me revisit the definition of inverse here. An element A belongs to N because I have defined for this particular set. So an element A belongs to N is said to be invertible with respect to the operation star if there exists another element B in N such that A star B equal to B star A and both are equal to the identity element E. If this is the case, then you can call this A as invertible. Now this is where we are. We have to look for an element which when operated with A should give you the identity element. The identity element here is 1. So we have written here E equal to 1. Now I need to have it like A star B equal to 1 and that should be equal to B star A. I don't know what is that A. So I don't know what is the value of this B here. So let me put it as B for time being. Now this means that when I mean A star B, it means LCM of AB. So I should have LCM of AB should be equal to 1, or it can be like LCM of B and A should be equal to 1. Now when I have two elements and if at all I need to have LCM as 1, it is possible only when both the elements are 1. Because when we were discussing about the identity element, we saw that if you take any other element apart from 1, the LCM will be the other element. I hope you know the meaning of LCM, so it is not that difficult to understand. So LCM of 1 with any other element will give you the other element, value of other element. So if you need 1 as the output, the only option is you have to find the LCM of both 1 and 1. This means that if at all I choose A as 1, I can have an inverse called 1. So there is only one possibility for invertible. The element, that is the number 1, will have only inverse. When the number 1 only will have an inverse, and the inverse is also 1 here. So 1 is the only invertible element in n with respect to the operation star. We are supposed to find out which elements of n are invertible. So we see that there is only one possibility, and that possibility is 1. Apart from 1, you cannot have any other element having your inverse. So 1 is the only invertible element in n with respect to the operation star. I hope you are able to understand how to perform the operations with the defined binary operation and how to check whether the given operation is commutative, associative, and existence of identity, existence of inverse. This session is mainly to make sure you understand how to find out the identity element and also invertible element in a given set. Now, have a practice with all these problems so that you can try out the remaining problem which I have mentioned here for your homework. You can try out the examples 34, 35, 36, 37 and 38, and also from the exercise 5, 7 and 8. So until 8th problem it will be completed now. So in the next session we'll start from the 9th problem. Keep practicing it and keep understanding. Thank you.